Alex, do you want to improve your English skills?
Yes, Sarah, I'm really motivated to improve my English speaking and writing.
How do you plan to achieve that, Alex?
I plan to engage in daily reading, practice speaking with native speakers, and use language learning apps. Sarah, have you already achieved fluency in English?
I'm quite fluent, but there's always room for improvement and learning new words. Alex, do you think watching English movies helps?
Definitely, Sarah. It helps with listening comprehension and learning conversational phrases. Sarah, which English accent do you find most challenging to understand?
Accents like Scottish or Irish can be a bit challenging due to their distinct pronunciation. Alex, how important is grammar in learning English?
Grammar is crucial for clear communication, but I also believe in not letting it hinder fluency at the beginning. Sarah, have you tried language exchange programs for learning English?
Yes, I have. It's a great way to practice speaking with native speakers. Alex, do you find idioms difficult to understand?
Yes, some idioms can be quite confusing. I'm trying to learn their meanings in context. Sarah, what's your favorite English book?
I love To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The language is beautiful and the story is powerful. Alex, how do you memorize new vocabulary effectively?
I try to use flashcards and create sentences using new words to remember them better. Sarah, have you ever participated in a language learning workshop?
Yes, I attended a workshop on improving spoken English. It was quite helpful. Alex, do you believe speaking with a native-like accent is essential?
While it's a good goal, I think clear communication matters more than imitating an accent perfectly. Sarah, how do you overcome the fear of making mistakes while speaking English?
I remind myself that mistakes are part of learning and that practice makes perfect. Alex, what online resources do you use for learning English?
I use Duolingo, BBC Learning English, and YouTube tutorials. Sarah, do you think learning English enhances career opportunities?
Absolutely. English is a global language and fluency opens doors to various job opportunities. Alex, have you tried using language learning podcasts?
Yes, I find them great for improving listening skills during my commute. Sarah, do you think slang is important to learn?
Learning some common slang can help you understand informal conversations better. Alex, what's the most challenging aspect of English for you?
Pronunciation and getting the right intonation can be quite challenging. Sarah, how do you keep yourself motivated to learn every day?
I set small goals, reward myself for achievements, and remind myself of the benefits of fluency. Alex, do you prefer writing essays or having conversations in English?
I'm more comfortable with writing essays, but I'm working on improving my spoken English. Sarah, have you ever been to an English-speaking country for language immersion?
Yes, I spent a summer in Canada to improve my English skills. Alex, do you find it useful to label objects around you in English?
Yes, it's a simple way to learn new vocabulary in context. Sarah, how do you manage your time between learning English and other responsibilities?
I allocate specific time slots for learning English in my daily routine. Alex, what's the best piece of advice you've received about learning English?
Consistency is key. I've heard this from many successful learners. Sarah, do you think playing word games helps in vocabulary building?
Yes, word games like Scrabble can be both fun and educational. Alex, how do you handle situations where you don't understand a word while conversing?
I usually ask the person to explain or provide context. It's a great way to learn new words. Sarah, do you think learning about English culture is important too?
Absolutely, understanding the culture behind the language adds depth to your communication. Alex, have you ever tried tongue twisters to improve your pronunciation?
Yes, they're challenging, but they help improve clarity in speech. Sarah, how do you balance learning English with your social life?
I try to combine the two by having conversations in English with friends who are also learning. Alex, do you prefer online courses or traditional classroom learning for English?
I find online courses more flexible, but face-to-face interactions in a classroom have their advantages too. Sarah, what's the most interesting English word you've learned recently?
Sesquipedalian, it means a long word, and it's quite sesquipedalian itself. Alex, do you think accents can influence understanding in English?
Accents can sometimes make understanding a bit challenging, but with practice, it gets easier. Sarah, have you ever been corrected by native speakers while speaking English?
Yes, and I see it as a valuable opportunity to learn and improve. Alex, what's your favorite English-speaking movie?
I love The Shawshank Redemption for its powerful story and authentic dialogues. Sarah, do you believe learning another language changes your perspective?
Definitely, it opens your mind to new ideas and ways of expression. Alex, how do you approach reading English literature with complex vocabulary?
I try to read slowly, underline unfamiliar words, and look up their meanings. Sarah, do you think using humor helps in language learning?
Absolutely, humor can make learning enjoyable and memorable. Alex, how do you handle situations when you can't find the right words while speaking?
I try to paraphrase or describe the word until I remember or learn the correct term. Sarah, do you think taking breaks is important while learning intensively?
Yes, breaks help prevent burnout and give your brain time to process information. Alex, have you ever attended English language events or meetups?
Yes, I've attended language exchange meetups, and they've been beneficial for practicing speaking. Sarah, do you think handwriting English helps in memorization?
Yes, the physical act of writing can reinforce memory and improve retention. Alex, how do you feel when you notice progress in your English skills?
It's incredibly motivating and makes me want to keep pushing forward. Sarah, do you use any specific techniques to improve your English listening skills?
I listen to various types of content, from podcasts to songs, to get used to different accents and speeds.
Sarah, do you think using a language learning app with gamification is effective?
Yes, gamified apps make learning more engaging and can help you stay consistent. Alex, how do you respond when someone corrects your English during a conversation?
I appreciate the correction and try to incorporate the right way of saying it. Sarah, do you think using mnemonic techniques can aid in vocabulary retention?
Absolutely. Creating associations or visual cues can make remembering words easier. Alex, do you believe music can contribute to language learning?
Yes, songs help with pronunciation, vocabulary, and rhythm in language. Sarah, how do you manage frustration during challenging phases of learning?
I take a short break, engage in a different activity, and return to learning with a fresh perspective. Alex, do you find it useful to watch English news for language practice?
Yes, news broadcasts use formal language and cover various topics, which is great for exposure. Sarah, do you have any tips for remembering irregular verbs in English?
Creating flashcards with the base form, past simple, and past participle can be really helpful. Alex, have you ever tried storytelling as a method of practicing English?
Yes, telling stories or narrating events helps with speaking fluency and coherence. Sarah, how do you handle situations where you're nervous about speaking English?
Taking deep breaths and reminding myself of past successful conversations usually helps calm my nerves. Alex, do you think thinking in English is a helpful practice?
Yes, it can improve your overall fluency and reduce the need for translation in your mind. Sarah, have you ever found a pen pal to practice written English with?
Yes, having a pen pal can be a fun way to improve your writing skills. Alex, how do you adapt your English when communicating with people from different regions?
I try to use neutral vocabulary and speak clearly, but I'm also open to learning local terms. Sarah, do you think debating in English helps improve critical thinking skills?
Absolutely. Debating requires constructing arguments and thinking on your feet, which is great practice. Alex, have you ever used language learning challenges to boost motivation?
Yes, setting challenges like speaking only in English for a day can be a fun way to practice.
Listeners, I hope you like this conversation. If you cool and improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Think button. Thanks.